Now, when the chief minister acknowledges that he has an incompetent cabinet, a duty is cast on him to remove those who are not capable of answering. And now, in this session, we have seen we have our Subhash Desai, who is so valiantly and competently defending the chief minister. He ought to be made a minister.
But if he is made, who will defend the government in the next?
As a minister, he can defend. As a minister, he can defend.
No, because you have interesting statistics.
He would be worried that Subhash Desai might become bigger than his wife.
Okay,
And that's the reason he will not make him.
Jiten
I wish
this is an interesting statistics. Category wise होता. ही जी आसा performance of cabinet जी आसा ex-MLAs आणि activists 70% feel that it is poor. Media, professionals, senior citizens and artists 50% say that it is poor. Sportsmen and teachers 60% feel that it is poor. Businessmen, very important, 70% feel that performance of cabinet is poor.
म्हणजे push घेऊन लेकून काम करत नाही.
And this is one category.
पैसे कोण घेता?
This is one category.
The minister's poor performance implies push घेऊन लेकून काम करणार.
This is one category wherein
Poor fellows are not taking the money.
Jiten, this is one category where 7 different professions, there is not a single person who has said good. 7 out of 11, 7 categories are not even one person is saying the performance of the candidate is good.
Treasurer of BJP goes to Switzerland. No.
एकूच कारण प्रत्येक मंत्र्या किंवा कोणाकी सांगले भाईक वचून विचारता किंवा भाईकडे वच्चे पडटले हे जेन्ना आन्सर येता ताजो हो परिणाम
सुभाष म्हाका एक गजाल सांगात आमी कन्सिस्टंटली हाजेर उलयल्यात हांगा तर डायरेक्ट राजा बाब म्हणटा की तुमकां कॅबिनेटा घेवचें सरळ सांगला हाय टाइम की सुरवातीक जेन्ना सरकार येता तेन्ना तुमी तुमचे सिनियर मिनिस्टराक ऑपॉर्च्युनिटी दितात इज फेअर इनफ 2.5 years डावन द लायन लोकांक धडधडीत दिसता डोंट यू थिंक व्हेरी ऑनेस्टली इट्स टाइम अँड रिशफल
हांव कितें म्हणटा तुमी पयले जर जायत असेंब्लीन this time at least in this assembly in the first assembly it was that chief minister was defending everybody. Now if you look at in this chief minister hardly stood up to defend the minister. No, but he used to go and particularly ask the minister to perform. I will not interfere unless and until it is an interdepartmental question wherein he will step in. But this time at least I am happy that the ministers have performed and they have gained.
Why तुमको याद जातला आम्ही स्टार्स ऑफ असेंब्ली
मध्ये प्रोग्राम केलो. Very poor opinion of what is performance.
But म्हाका एक गजाल सांगात जेन्ना इतली सगळी दिसता सुभाष बा तुमकां दिसना की एटलीस्ट 2.5 वर्सांनी ते तुमचे
No, it's like आमचे दोतोरान सांगलं पळय I would put it in a bigger tree below this the grass doesn't grow. आमकां जर GMC आसा आणि थंय जर लागी मंडूर जर सब हेल्थ सेंटर आसा nobody will go there. People will prefer to come here. It is this exactly it is happening here the same thing because he's extra intellectual. We need to his wisdom is to be used. It's because of that people always the minister also though he is competent enough he takes his advice so that the government will give a good justice to this.
It is inefficiency of cabinet or chief minister is outshining everybody. How would you put it?
No, I put it that chief minister outshines everybody.
Yeah, outshines. It is not inefficiency of cabinet.
No. May I say something? It is both. They are not competent, and the incompetence can be seen from the assembly performance and from the way the chief minister stands up for every minister. You can make out very clearly that he has to bail them out.
Outshining. I'm not on that premise of bailing out.
Quickly.
This has also happened in the previous when he was previously the chief.
But there is another leg to it. See, he is holding almost 90% of the portfolios.
The most
major portfolios.
1 minute. The most important portfolio being finance. The minister proposes, finance disposes negatively. Now, in such a situation, can the minister make a commitment?
प्रकाश म्हाका एकच गजाल सांगा जेन्ना चीफ मिनिस्टर इतली पोर्टफोलियो आपल्या मनात दवरता तेन्ना 2 गजाली एक चीफ मिनिस्टराक सगळे पावर्स आपल्या कडेन जाय किंवा आपल्याले मिनिस्टर त्या पोर्टफोलियोक जस्टिस दिवपाक शकतले हाजो चीफ मिनिस्टराक विश्वास ना. What is the situation तुमच्या मनात?
हांगा दोन्ही आसा
both
both are there.
And in good measure. It's not in small measure. Both the things which you just said.
No, I would.
They are in good measure.
Come in.
Yeah.
Magab this time, can Chief Minister this ki anything whichever very important thing that they should not fail. It's because of that. He's just shaping up or whatever draft he has. Let us say they bring out some policy. Finally, it goes to him. He puts it in a correct way so that the people benefit it in the most appropriate way. So they should not fail.
It is
not that they are not performing. People overall किती दिसता की ते सगळे वचून ताजेकडच्यान घेता because he is so intelligent that he can comment and he can rectify all the defects in that. It's because of that the files goes to him. It is not that he is obstructing or.
It's not the job of the Chief Minister. The bureaucracy places you on the line.
Problem is with delegation of powers.
See what happens now. We have a cabinet system of government. And in cabinet, there is something called collective responsibility.
Correct.
The chief minister is merely the first among equals.
Correct.
So decisions have to be taken collectively.
Correct.
Now, if the main subordinate, the other cabinet ministers are so grossly incompetent, are you trying to suggest that all the BJP MLAs are incompetent, that you can't get someone else from there to fill the place? You understand? No, that
So
is
you are saying this is the time to reshuffle.
no, I am not saying it's time to reshuffle.
What that it is happening with a pattern, with a systematic way.
See, and moreover, what
to
happens?
Concentrate power.
Performance is not only performance in the assembly. You see, as a minister, performance is a very limited part. You have been given a portfolio. You are a minister for tourism. See, you have to do something concrete that the public can see that there is effective governance and there is a change for the better. Now, this is something we cannot see in respect of any ministry, not even those headed by the chief minister, despite all his pretenses to being an intellect. You understand? We cannot see any difference.
इतलें सांगा तो मुद्दो काढला की चीफ मिनिस्टराक रिशफलिंग करपाचेच ना कारण ताका सगळे पावर्स आपल्या कडेन दवरपा जाय आणि ताका कॉम्पिटंट मिनिस्टर आपल्या कॅबिनेटा भितर नाकात ही गजाल काय पॉलिटिकली परवडना म्हणून तो आपल्या रिशफलिंगा वतना
न्ही आता आमी पळोवपा जाय न्ही कितें डिसिजन तो घेता म्हणून कितें ना आयजच 2.5 वर्सां कंप्लीट जातात let us give him a chance.
But 2.5 years is too long a period for reshuffle.
2.5 years is too long a period for reshuffle.
नाही म्हाका दिसता एक पॉइंट
एक मिनिट ताणें सांगलेलें I am waiting for 9th of September 2014 on the floor of the house.
मंत्री हलोवपाक एका वेळा भितरली कंपल्शन पॉलिटिकल कंपल्शन्स आसूं येता सेक्शन ऑफ ग्रुप कितें तरी किंवा वेरियस इक्वेशन्स भितरली सोशल इंजिनियरिंगाचो भाग म्हणून पण रिशफलिंग ऑफ द पोर्टफोलियोज करपाक परफॉर्मन्स बेस्ड काय हरकत नाशिल्ली तेवूय काय घडना
बरें म्हाका नेक्स्ट जो आतां म्हत्वाचो विशय हे सगळी घडये कित्याक घडना आसूये इज परफॉर्मन्स ऑफ ऑपोजिशन बिकॉज देर नीड्स टू बी अ स्ट्रॉंग बडी आनी एक दबाव आसपाक जाय नाव दिस इज द आय थिंक दिस इज द हायेस्ट पर्सेंटेज वेर वी हॅव गॉट पुअर 83% people say that performance of opposition is poor.
Now here the opposition has to retrospect.
This is only 15% call it average.
Yeah.
And 2% call it good.
I would put it opposition not poor. Opposition does not exist.
आणि एक गजाल सांगता
It does not exist.
तुम्ही सांगता त्याच गजाली खातीर जेन्ना आमच्या टीमीन हे सर्वे घेतलो आणि जेन्ना ऑप्शन दिली गुड एवरेज पुअर म्हण कितल्याशाच जाणांनी विचारले की व्हेरी पुअर नाका म्हण
They don't exist. There's a question of giving average marks or poor marks.
Yeah.
They don't exist. They fail to exist as an opposition.
Okay. Radha.
The opposition has been beaten into submission. You see, somehow the Congress MLAs have too many skeletons in their cupboards. And they are all afraid that if they raise their voice, the door of the skeleton of the cupboard may be open. See, this appears to be the major problem. You take a man like Mauvin Gudi. I have known Mauvin from college days. He is a non-entity if it is not for the Congress. He is not an activist or anyone who had any personal following. Because of the Congress, he has become a leader. Now, this time he gets elected on a Congress ticket. Now, he is the same man against whom Parikar lodged complaint and he is being prosecuted because of Manohar Parikar. And this man has a gumption, after being elected on a Congress ticket, to support Parikar, to oppose his own political party openly in the election. And the Congress doesn't have the courage to do anything to him. This is the sort of party we are supposed to. You see, if Mauvin is right, he ought to have resigned. or the Congress ought to have done something. So we have neither opposition in the assembly nor outside, man. The Congress is incapable of taking any action.
प्रकाश मुद्दम स्टॅटिस्टिक्स सांगता तुम्ही पळयात सेक्शन वाइज 100% youngsters feel that performance of opposition is poor. 90% businessmen, media, senior citizen, activists, sportsmen and teachers, 90% of them feel that the performance of opposition is poor. Unorganized sector, 80% feel that it is poor. Artists, 70% feel that it is poor. And this is the category which beats those cabinet ministers. Where seven categories said that no good. Here 9 categories are saying there is no good.
That is across the board. There cannot be any doubt on that.
There is no doubt. Political opposition इतले decimate जाल्ल्यानच media has been taking that place. Theatrists
media has not taken that place.
I am just saying that ought to take that place.
Ought to take
place. ती जागो slot हे जाता ताका लागून आर्टिस्ट ताका लागून थिएटरिस्ट अशे हे NGOs हे एरिया ही ऑक्युपाय करून
and even Irish politics
कित्याक आनी एक महत्वाची गोष्ट म्हणजे असेंब्लीक अशे दिसता रिफ्लेक्ट जाता काही वेळा की सरकार इज नॉट टॉलरंट टू ऑपोजिशन अशें रिफ्लेक्ट जाता.
It is not.
But Prakash Bab, every government will not be tolerant towards opposition. It is opposition's role to make their place and create an impact.
Yes.
Sometimes I feel, I wish, ki like Jitin Deshprabhu, like Radharao Gracias, आणि लेट बाबडो दोतोर जल्मी हे जर आयच्या असेंब्लीन आसलेले जाल्यारच हांगा कितें तरी ऑपोजिशन दिसपाचें और रमाकांत खलप ना जाल्यार दिस इज अ डिस्मल परफॉर्मन्स अँड 100% लोक म्हणटात 2% ते सोडून दियात जे कोण गुड म्हणटात ते कोण तरी काँग्रेसवालो आसतलो त्यामुळे 100% लोकांनी सांगला आणि रिजेक्ट केला परफॉर्मन्स ऑफ दी ऑपोजिशन.
म्हाका खरेंच सांगात ही परिस्थिती पळयतकीर तुमकां आनंद जाता काय दुःख जाता लोकशाये भितर तुमकां आनंद जाता काय दुःख जाता?
I feel very bad because we in any assembly or in Lok Sabha खंय ऑपोजिशन हो आसपाक जाय तो एक कंट्रोल आसता कळ्ळें न्ही चॅक्स एंड बॅलन्सीस घालपाचे सजेशन करपाचे कन्स्ट्रक्टीव ऑपोजिशन हें जाय पडटा नॉट अ डिस्ट्रक्टीव बट कन्स्ट्रक्टीव ऑपोजिशन मुळाकच ना खंयचेच इश्यूज रेज जायना जर जाय जाल्यार ते हय 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 म्हणत गेले जर जाय इट इज नॉट इन द इंटरेस्ट फॉर एज अ पार्टी इट इज गुड फॉर मी बट in the interest of the state it is not good.
It is not in the interest of the democracy. In Lok Sabha only 44 Congress MPs are there, but still there is an effective opposition.
It could have been effective. It is not that they cannot perform. BJP when they were 4 also there was a strong opposition. Why can't they? These people perform that.
त्यांना काँग्रेस अशी रिफ्लेक्ट जाता हे पळयत जाल्यार राधा सारख्या म्हजो प्रश्न की डज इट ओपन आउट अ स्पेस फॉर सम रिजनल फोर्स or something like that?
You see, all these years I have been of the opinion and I have been working hard to see that we have a non-Congress, non-BJP political force in Goa. Now I would look at this as an opportunity for the people of Goa. And now that the Congress is decimated, and now that Congress has a president like John Fernandez, who is going to strengthen the Congress very much, it is time for the people of Goa to organize themselves to have a strong political force, create a political party which could provide a sort of government which we now feel that we don't have.
All panelists will agree that this is one question where till now Jiten Deshprabhu has not uttered a single word.
You haven't asked me any question.
I was not asking you questions before also. I was not asking you questions before also.
Yet other times she was butting in without being asked.
Without being asked.
Now answer.
This is the manifestation of state of affairs of the opposition.
Let me explain.
Okay, Sangat, yes.
People
now we will not interrupt you.
Yes.
People chose to defeat the Congress. Whatever good work the Congress has done, there has not been any change in that good work. On the contrary, what is happening today is debilitating the very social fabric of this particular state, be it at the national level or at the local level. When people have given the mandate, you are saying that 92% are people who have 98% have said that the opposition has failed in its duties. For opposition to perform, the people themselves have to give adequate mandate to that particular party to have some numbers